Hello and welcome to the 741 channel. Thank you for stopping by. Today I want to take a look at this old tube that I found. I was cleaning out my extra ham radio stuff, some people might call it a junk box, the other day, and I came across this old tube that I forgot that I had. You can see here it's a Westinghouse WL-845. Now I have some tube gear around, you might be able to see some of it here in the background. But I haven't really done much with it over the years. I don't really know a whole lot about tubes, and I really haven't had the time to really dig into that stuff. But at some point in the future, I do want to get into it and play around with some of this older gear. So like I said, I've got some of it around, just kind of waiting for my attention. Well, some of it I picked up at a yard sale a number of years ago, and in the collection of stuff that I got was the tube that I just showed you. Like I said, it was stored away and kind of forgotten about. Well, I dug it out, looked at it, and did just a little bit of brief Googling on it and found that this is actually kind of a rare tube. I guess it's kind of sought after by audiophiles for audio amplifiers, but I think it has ham radio applications too. To be honest, I really don't know a whole lot about it. So the reason I'm even showing you guys this today is I'm hoping that you guys can kind of help me figure out what to do with it. I don't know if I should just put it back into storage and keep it for a future project at some point. Seeing that this thing is kind of rare, I'm probably never going to come across another one on my own. But having said that, am I really ever going to do anything with it? Not right now, not in the foreseeable future, but at some point maybe I could. But I'm not sure what I would do with it at this point. So that's where you guys come in. If you had this tube in your possession, what would you do with it? Would you turn it into some kind of an audio amplifier, or could it be used as an RF amplifier or something else? Or would you sell it and fund something else? And if you were to sell it, how would you sell it? Would you put it on eBay or QRZ or that kind of a thing? Or would you even trust trying to ship something like this? And would you have it for local pickup or sell it at a club or something along those lines? What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments section. So anyway, let's take a closer look at the tube now so you guys can have a better idea of what this thing actually is. Okay, so here's a close-up look at the tube. You can see that it's got the original Westinghouse marking on it, made in USA, WL-845. And then over here on this side, not sure if you guys can see it or not, but it's marked K5188-6. I don't know if that's a date code of some kind or just an internal number. Now this came with a ceramic socket base here, so I can pull that off. Now you can see the bottom pins there, everything looks good. If we take a closer look here, you can see the glass all looks good, and even inside everything looks good. But of course with tubes, looks can be deceiving. We really don't know if this thing is good without being able to test it in some way. I don't really have a way to test this tube other than to put a digital multimeter on it and check the filament to make sure that it's not open. So I'm going to put this back in the socket and do that now. As you can see, I got my DMM here. We're going to test out the filament. I'm just going to probe the two appropriate pins on the socket here, and you can see hopefully in the display there that we're getting a reading of about 0.6 ohms or so. So that tells me the filament is probably okay. So I believe the filament on this is a 10 volt filament. Now I don't have a reliable 10 volt supply here that I can use on this, so I'm not going to try and light it up. I don't want to damage the tube. I do have a 13.8 volt power supply right back here, but I'm afraid that that might be a little too much, so I'm not going to chance it. Okay, that's pretty much going to do it for the 845 tube today. Let me know down in the comments what you would do with this tube if you had it. Would you sell it? Would you use it for some kind of an audio project, or maybe a ham radio application, or something entirely else? Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to leave a comment or subscribe, feel free to do that as well. If you'd like to support my channel in another way, please consider visiting my Amazon store, which you'll find linked in the description below. Thanks for watching.